Next, we want to configure our cocktails. So if we want to go ahead and click the cocktails button. Now, one of the great advantages of having a EMS Easybar liquor control system is actually being able to mix a cocktail simply by pressing a button. So let's go ahead and create a cocktail. Right underneath cocktail name, click the box and say we want to create a margarita and associate that with button number 8. Just type in margarita, hit enter. Next, we're going to want to add our ingredients. Down here at the bottom here, we've got a box here for our ingredients. Click that box and click the drop down menu, and obviously we're going to want to go with tequila. And for a regular pour amount, we're going to go with 1.5 ounces. For our long pour, we're going to go with 1 ounce and say 3/4. And then for our short pour, we'll just go with 1 ounce. Next, we're going to want to add our triple sec. We just click the box right underneath tequila, hit the drop down, and it doesn't look like we have triple sec within our ingredients. So what do we do about that? Well, because it isn't associated with a button, we need to add it to our pump room. So if we go ahead and click the pump room button off to the left hand side again, and say for pump number 5 we're going to set up our triple sec on that particular pump. Just go ahead and click that box again, click the drop down menu, and search for triple sec. Hit enter. Go back into our dispensers again off to the left, and we're going to need to set up triple sec on one of our buttons. Let's set it up for button number 5. Just hit button number 5, click triple sec, double click triple sec, make that a splash pour style. So we go ahead and click right underneath pour style, double click splash, and now we can go back into our cocktail menu, and right underneath margarita we can now go underneath ingredients and click our triple sec. And we can even give it a brand new regular pour amount if we want to. Say for example, if we didn't want to stick with a half ounce of triple sec like we had before on button number 5, we can go ahead and say go with 3/4 of triple sec. Again, you can go ahead and assign any amount that you want to these buttons. So now we have both of our ingredients. We have tequila and triple sec. Now it's just a matter of just assigning it to a button. We wanted to assign it to button number 8. Go ahead and click number 8 and go back under cocktails again and just double click margarita. Now this margarita will now mix by simply pressing button number 8 on your liquor gun. Lastly, we have a button here for PLU offsets. We click that button. Now this menu has to do with your POS and cash register system. Now depending on which system you go with, these are the settings that are going to be entered in based off of your manufacturer's settings. Now after configuring all these different settings within our point of dispense over by our pool tables, next we're going to want to set up the same exact liquor gun for our main bar east and our main bar west. Now if you remember, we wanted to create 3 separate point of dispense areas. Okay, right now we only have one. Now to create these additional point of dispense areas, we go ahead over to our nodes and we establish a brand new node, node number 2. This liquor gun also has 8 buttons, and we're going to name this main bar east, and it's going to be connected to our back room. Then down here, click Save. Next we want to create main bar west. Double click node number 3. Maximum number of buttons. This is also going to have 8 buttons as well. Give it a name, main bar west. It's connected to our back room, and then click Save. Now it's just a matter of just copying the point of dispense area that we created for our pool tables over to main bar east and main bar west. Main bar east currently doesn't have anything set up for that particular gun, as well as main bar west. So if we go under pool tables and we want to copy this POD, if you see down here at the bottom, copy this POD, click this button, and you'll notice up at the top main bar east and main bar west. So simply check the boxes next to these point of dispense areas, then click Save, and it says that we're going to overwrite the existing nodes. Do you want to copy over it? Yeah, we want to go ahead and copy over it since we currently don't have anything set up for those POD areas. Click Yes, and if we click on these areas now have the same button setup as our pool tables. But if you notice, our button groups are also copied over for both of these areas. That's something that we're going to want to change. So if we click on main bar east, click on our button groups again, we want to create a brand new button group for main bar east so we can separate that within our reports. So just double click underneath pool tables and type in main bar east, hit enter, and we want to assign that to a range of buttons rather than having to double click every single box underneath button group. So assign to range, we want to go with buttons 1 through 8, and we currently have main bar east selected, and go ahead and click assign. Now if we go over to main bar west off to the left, we want to create a brand new button group for that as well. Right underneath button groups, underneath main bar east, click that area and type in main bar west. Then hit enter. Next we want to make sure again that we have main bar west selected and assign to range, buttons 1 through 8, then click assign.